everything is the way it's supposed to be. And if there's anybody left, probably everybody left Discord. So let's see if anyone's going to be on YouTube, on Twitch, rather.
I told him we were going to. You could add him as well in the announcement.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Actually, I need to up your volume as well. Hold up. We're going. This is, we just going straight live. It says you're playing Player Unknown Battlegrounds, but that doesn't matter. That's hilarious. Oh, it says Jake is. But what are you gonna do?
What?
I don't know. Whatever. Oh, that's your name. Whoops.
That's my name.
Well, yeah, no, I've been drinking, so that's gonna be
Me too, brother.
it's gonna be a reoccurring theme. So hopefully
I'll change it for you.
it's streaming on the thing. I don't know. I'm trying to monitor the chat and monitor whatever else if there's anything. Okay. All right, we're actually live again, so that's good. No one stuck around, which is awesome. Told these son of a bitches. Someone's honking the horn.
No, we're live again.
Yeah, we're live again. Oh, there it is. No, I see.
Picking up the city.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so we're live. So let's just get it. Let's get it to the facts. Let's get it to the business. That was a colossal show. It's 6:44 now. The show ended about maybe 5 minutes ago. So how long was that show, roughly?
3.5 hours.
Oh,
3:45 almost.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, 3:45. Yeah. Okay, so we're never doing that again. That's the first thing. We're not doing that ever.
Say that.
No. We gotta be lean and mean, Hoot. Lean and mean. But
That wasn't too bad.
I mean, you say it's not too bad, but my head's sweaty. I don't like when my head gets sweaty because it's been mad time. So let's break it down to I guess we'll go through the show bit by bit, the matches that we've seen. There's also a web show that's not too horrible, but that'll be shown later on today. So let's start with the goddamn CCW Extreme Rules match. Who wants to begin? Who wants to start off the chain reaction?
Well, I like the intros.
Wow.
Those were nice. And then the match happened. Like there were parts that were good. There were some, like, we got to see the arena.
Yeah, that was pretty much my only good thing to really say.
That was the favorite match to watch the arena.
What I expected.
Yeah.
And that's to not say anything. I just didn't expect it to be that long.
Yeah. So what happened with that? Go ahead, Jake.
I didn't have a problem with the length initially when Jay and I watched it. And to pull the curtain back a little bit, I thought he kind of made his mind up before we had even watched it, based on the fact that it was a B-17 match and it was a stipulation match. So I actually am going to flip it on myself, and I think I thought more highly of it after commentary because I had a predisposition to bias against Jay. So it's like this Inception shit. But when we watched it in the viewing party, and then compared, of course, to all the other matches, it ran super long, and there was a lot of they weren't contrived bits, they weren't forced, but they just weren't all that super exciting to me. I thought it was okay as an opener. I don't think it needed to be buried the way that it got buried by people like Rust in the viewing party, but that's going to be what it was. It was an opener, and like Cass said, it went up from there, so I'm okay.
So here's the thing when booking a show. When booking a show, I look for trying to getting as many people as possible, in addition to trying to facilitate as much as possible. So when I look at the length of a fucking match, and then I immediately have a predisposition to it because you take into consideration entrances, or if it comes with a hype video, or what type of match is it. So like Jake said, once I saw it was 27 minutes, I was already furious to the point where he was like, hey, you want to just do this tomorrow when you're in a better mood?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I was like, nah, we'll do it. And again, this is not, these people are grown enough to understand, constructive criticism, but B-17 can't be put in a stipulation match ever again. He just can't function in a stipulation match. It's not a knock on him. It's just a fact of the matter.
No, that's definitely a knock.
I think the fact is that when it comes to critical thinking, he's not good at it. It's not a bad thing, but he just doesn't have it. If you have to put him in the 20 by 20, he can excel. He will do what he has to do. He will knock people the fuck out. He will put on a great show. But when you require critical thinking, he can't do it in that capacity. Every match that's involved a stipulation has been essentially something like the Kumite was horrible. The last match standing with Rex, was okay, except there was critical moments where it could have finished, and he just he just can't think when it comes to those kind of matches. It sounds really aggressive and horrible, but it's not. It's basically just an observation. For example, I can't book worth a shit on a weekly basis. I know that. That's why I have a booking team. I'm okay with that. So someone says, "Oh, Jay sucks at booking." Cool, no problem. I'll hold that L. But yeah, and so the premise behind that was because I assumed that Horsey Cakes excels in hardcore matches. So I figured that the dynamic of Horsey being hardcore would help that match. I didn't expect them to go do that. And that was just, I wanted to edit it, and I just didn't have enough time to. And then the audio was already done for, so there was no point in doing that anyway, to just basically cut the edit out and whatever and make it shorter. Because if I had my way, I was going to cut it down to like maybe 15 minutes. And it would have been fine, but it's just I didn't have the time to do it. So that shit pissed me off. And then it basically adds an essential it adds like an extra 10 minutes to the pay-per-view that could have went to something else. So moving along, now we have Marissa and Evelyn. So my take on this, and I'll take it to the rest of you guys. So Marissa and Evelyn, they built a story. Marissa puts in a lot of work behind the scenes when it comes to producing content and being timely with content. So the problem with that is that we also have an entire roster that does stuff as well. So it's hard to piece things in. So that was one of the considerations moving forward. Like, all right, look, this person's been grinding, and this person as a rookie has been grinding and, doing the whatever. So let's put him in a spot. And I was still hesitant to it. So that being said, we got the match, and the match wasn't terrible. It showcased Evelyn as fucking Brock Lesnar, Gupta Jr., Senior, or whatever. So that's great. But Marissa's FPR needs significant work. It's still miles better than classic OCW, so that's not a knock on her either. Everything I say sounds like a compliment sandwich, but that's, Kent, myself, and Nate knows what horrible pay-per-view FPR looks like. That was just bleh, but not horrible. So,
right.
Who wants to take it away? We'll give it to Kent. Kent, take it over.
Yeah, that's pretty much my only take from it. Like, this is when you pretty much should be the most on tight with your FPR as a pay-per-view match, because that's when all eyes are on you. So no one wants to really work with someone that's going to break FPR. So it's good to, you got to make sure you don't break FPR. Like, I mean, it sounds like basic, but that's really kind of because it makes people focus on that part of your match instead of the actual overall quality of the match and overall quality of the work. So that's pretty much my kind of take of it. Like, I like how much work she puts in and stuff like that. But when it comes to the final product is your pay-per-view match. That's literally the end game.
Yeah, that's
so when you don't kind of deliver or you really kind of botch that up, then it's kind of like, what was all that work for? You know what I mean? To me, it's like you got to make sure you deliver. You got to make sure you deliver on the pay-per-view, because sometimes the story doesn't matter, and then you get to the match, and the match is just
really good.
It sells itself. So to me, it's always the match. Like, that's your end game. You always want to get to the match where you put on your best performance so everyone can see it.
Nate.
Yeah, I thought, like, from a character standpoint, it showcased what both characters were. And from that, it was fine. But then, like you guys said, like, Marissa's new. And there's going to be those growing pains. So, Marissa, if you're listening or if you're watching this back, get those reps in and DM. But you got to, it's, like, hard to say, but, like, DM with certain people that you might like as, like, pillars of FPR so that you can get some things down. And don't forget to ask questions if you need it.
Yeah, you ask for help at all times. If you need it, that's the best possible way. Jakey.
Yeah, so I don't agree with any of you. I don't think her FPR to me, it may just be the way we define it. FPR in a completely concrete black and white sense. She had one break? Like, who cares? Like one right. Little thing that did not have a big ordeal. What I think you guys are kind of filling into that bubble is the general activity, not not even ethics, but like kind of the way that you move around the ring or the way that you. I can't even explain it. Those who have been
She rushed a
around long
lot,
enough,
but that's what I'm saying. She ran.
she did.
Breaking
She did.
FPR is running a lot.
You're
She
right.
rushed
You're
a
right.
lot.
You're right. You're right. Well, you're right. And she in the match got countered every single time she tried it. She got fucking suplex, spine buster. She got hit with every counter you can think of. So I don't want to lower the significance of the fact that she ran a lot because she wasn't successful. Because whether you're successful or not is beside the point. You should not be running that much.
Right.
But in terms of blatant FPR breaks, there was only the one. What I think she needs to focus more on is the flow of the match, the general idea of what you're trying to do, following the rules and being competitive at the same time. She's all over the place. It's been that way since we viewed
that's
it.
what I'm.
It's been that way in the tag matches. Like if you remember that Ambition match back when she tagged with Nate, you were in that match with Holly. I don't remember who her partner was, but I think it was Morgan Blackheart. But she was all over the place. She was tagging. She's like jumping in the ring and diving out of the ring. Her in-ring work needs the most work out of everything that she does right now. But in terms of the match itself, she's been a coward. She's hitting people from behind. She needs help every time. She didn't have that help during the pay-per-view match, and she got her fucking ass kicked. So it told a great
The story was great.
regard.
Yeah, the story of the match was really. I did like the story of the actual match.
No, yeah, and that being said, with the rushing and whatnot, the match was still, it served its purpose. It wasn't. It was still shorter than the fucking CCW match, so I can't be upset in any capacity.
Yeah, no, to me, it was still a better match than the CCW.
No, it was.
match,
No, it was because we had Evelyn Parker basically being like, tanned Brock Lesnar, so I was okay. I was with it. I think the final count was 12 or 13. It was a 10 entertaining. That was a mini game. 12
was the final count.
12 suplexes.
Dozen suplexes.
And then it just had mad trouble close the deal, but it actually if
Jay, if I could step in real quick, I don't think timing when you were talking about the CCW match running long, it's not the length of the match that's the problem. It's the content within the length of that match that causes it to be lower quality. Just so if anybody knows, like, I gotta rush to get my match, but that's not that. Just make the time that you spend in that match, however long it is, quality. Make it worth watching.
If it looks like you're trying to win the match and it's just going long because you're both trying to win, that's one thing. But when it looks like you're going, it's like hard, like, because I know like a lot of times we're trying to win, but if it looks like you're going for certain spots over and over again, then it just looks like it's dragging.
Right. Agreed.
The Wrestling Club, or rather John Carter. It kind of pains me that Chris Green, who can actually cut a promo, shout out to Chris Green, who's I guess afraid of me, I don't know why, but can actually cut a verbal promo. But we got John Carter doing the crude promos. So here's the thing, there's been an argument recently, or not really an argument, usually Dan or Pew, whatever, saying that, oh, it's fucking shit. Like, they're crudely done work, but it's still work, so I don't care that it's crudely done. Let's take into consideration that the Wrestling Club is pure wrestling. Let's take into consideration that the arena had a wrestling mat for wrestling, which is also hilarious. Let's take into consideration, despite the fact that the arena had a wrestling mat for wrestling, John Carter came out in street clothes, okay? Let's take into consideration that Hunter McIntyre came out also in street clothes for the challenge. All in all, for 2 minutes, it was fairly entertaining, crudely done.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these people have a computer, so that being said, I give them the W for attempting and actually managing to get a reaction. I think it was a good reaction. I think that it proves the point of the Wrestling Club being heels. I'm happy that rookies are doing shit. I'm happy rookies are still doing stuff despite catching L's, so I give them the W. Take it away to Nate.
I think you summed it up right there. Rookies putting in work, like that's all you have to do. When you're new, wins and losses don't really matter. You're like showing your worth and like what you're like willing to put into it, and all that other stuff comes from it. So like just seeing them do that was cool. I enjoyed the segment.
Jake.
It didn't overstay its welcome, and you call it crude. I think it's more on the normal spectrum, because we see such great promos, and we're going to get to it later with Nate Mack. We see such great promos, especially with Chris in the same stable. That is above expectation, I think. I think we should, instead of crudeness, be classifying what John did as kind of standard or average. But it didn't overstay its welcome. It did what it had to do, and it set up what looks to be a rookie versus rookie feud, which I'm super excited about, because anytime rookies can come into OCW and use this environment to like work with each other and build that relationship, I'm all for it. It's good stuff.
Kent, head booker, what do you think?
Same thing. Ambition. That was pure. They did not overstay its welcome. It got right to the point. Had a beginning, middle, end, and it got a little pop at the end. Like I thought it was well done. You know what I mean? Like he said, you can't expect, you know what I mean, Pew level cuts or, you know, Yankee hype video level of videos. You know what I mean? So shit, that's probably what mine would look like.
So that's the thing.
Right.
Jake wants to be the good dad, and that's fine, but crude doesn't necessarily mean bad. You just go within your means. Like Sean did role plays on his phone. Those were also crude. The difference is that there's places that, you know, they can't even manage crude. They can't, you know, a guy shows up, does a match, doesn't have an entrance, and that's the pay-per-view, and they do that and they're happy with that. We have a better, I don't know the word 'cause I'm not super educated, but we have a better value on production. So even the crude stuff has a place somewhere. Although if it looks less crude, it usually gets a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Position on a card. Because this looks fucking good. So I want to fucking put it later on. Maybe not early, but yeah. So that's not a knock on them at all. That's just a criticism, and it's just it can only improve because Jake started crude and he worked his way up. So it is what it is. The Danny Watts Open Challenge. Take it away, Nate.
The Cabana Boys growing up. Bringing a little tear to my eye.
Little tear to eye.
Little tear. But
Little tear.
no, like he's won a title. He didn't really have something for the pay-per-view, so he made something happen. I thought it was cool. I like who he ended up fighting, and I thought the match was good. It's nice to see that he can actually hit his finisher now. He's been practicing. Like I have no complaints with the match. Like it was fine, and it like started that helped keep that upward trend going for the show.
Some good standard booking, Jake.
Yeah, no, the open challenge thing is a shtick. I know that just so everybody's clear, obviously it was approved ahead of time before it hit the card. He didn't submit a 17-minute video and ask us to commentate over it. So if you have those plans, then please reach out to staff ahead of time. It worked. Max Edwards is one of those guys that's on the upswing, but he's obviously not there yet, so he was the perfect opponent. And I don't know if this was a continuation on the consequence thing that they had, which is continuity on a broad level that I appreciate, not only in OCW, but pro wrestling in general. But if H2O is going to continue to go after him and maybe be the international champion, he would be a formidable one, no doubt. But I guess we'll see when we get there. I appreciated it. It was more what Cass said. It was more positive uptick from the first match.
Yeah, I mean, Kent, I'll take it to you in a second. I just wanted to point out that I had a list of people in mind, so I went with Max because I figured Max would be the dark horse. I told somebody to try to maybe work into the international scene, so I got to figure out what the fuck Harvey's doing, because if he's going for it, then that person just got fucked. But such is life. You got to live with it and live, laugh, love, or whatever. Kent, thoughts?
This is when the show started turning around, in my opinion. Like fully did the whole, because I don't know. This was just a classic. Hey, I'm fighting the dick bag. That was it. Like dick bag fighting dick bag. I don't know. I don't really, the heel kind of. I just didn't. The match didn't really overall click for me. It was just a match. See, because the open challenge is like, I don't like open challenge really title matches like that unless it's done like a weekly kind of.
Right.
Thing.
That's fair.
Like
That's fair.
I don't know. I'm tired of the open challenge. Like I'm just tired of open challenge.
I mean, a wise man once said the open challenge is a crutch for those with no imagination. And I just said that, so I'm a wise man. Sometimes I have my moments.
Okay. Well, then me and you agree.
Okay. But
I want to listen to you. I'm just tired of open challenge at a certain point.
It's essentially just trying to get somebody on the card, and my thing is
I understood that.
Yeah. As long as it's not long, which it wasn't too long, so it was fine. Again, if that fucking Extreme Rules match wasn't so long, I'd be way less annoyed. So moving right along.
Let go of it. Just let go.
It
It's
just
done.
I can't be I can't, son. It just makes me mad. And someone said in the chat, and we're also watching the chat. If you have questions, feel free to ask questions as well, because I'm sauce to the balls. Rookies aren't expected to hold their own. I feel more so they just want to be here. That's a fair assessment. That's from, I believe, Maxie Edwards. The thing is, the ambition rookies.
Well, Colin damn sure held his own.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So the ambition rookies held their own. We got guys like Colin holding their own. Even fucking Marissa's kind of holding
It takes
their
a
own.
while.
I mean, yeah, like someone messaged me today, like, hey, was
It took
that?
me a year.
Someone messaged me today, was like, hey, that rookie thing, was that for me? I'm like, I didn't respond because of the show, but essentially it was for all rookies. So yeah, it was for you too. So whatever. Anyway, moving right along. I guess Jake has an announcement for the end. Good for him. All right. And I'm glad people could take criticism, because again, it's not like trying to be mean. It's just you have to hear these things. I'm open to it too. I'm not perfect. Motherfuckers shit on me all the time. It's all good. So the next match, if I'm not mistaken, it would be the Valk versus Terror of the Tourist. Is that correct? Or
No, it's Pride.
oh, Pride. No, it's not. No, Pride.
No, you're right. You're
No.
right.
No,
You're right. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay.
I'm looking at my prediction sheet.
It's okay. All right.
You're right.
So we have Terror the Tourist versus Valkyrie. So I had a little bit of an issue with this. The build-up, I like the build-up, and I don't know, maybe it's just because I have a soft spot for Valk. It might be that, or I don't know. I have soft spots for certain people, but like I felt that fucking when Valk fought La Mujer and lost to the fucking what did I call it before? I called it something awesome during the pay-per-view, and I can't remember what it was, like the French twist or some shit, whatever. It makes sense because that move is devastating as fuck. So we go to fast forward to the pay-per-view, and fucking like Terra basically taps out the face, son. I'm like, damn. But again, comp is comp, so it is what it is. But I felt the kind of way about that, about getting tapped out. But that's just probably just a me thing as opposed to an OCW thing. You know, it is what it is, because if you don't tap this motherfucker out, they're probably gonna kick you in the face and get the pin anyway. So it is what it is. So my only issue is that even after getting humiliated, even after getting tapped out, Valk is like, hey, let's be friends. And it kind of reminds me of me and Dad. Come on, man, can we be friends? Boom, DDT'd. So it's like, I don't know, man. So let's take it away to Jake, 'cause I just shit on him. Go ahead.
Oh, of course it goes to me, and this is not going to be easy to work with. First and foremost, there was nothing to do with me, worrying about one thing or another. I was just playing the match. I know. The finisher was hit, and I play the match the same way every time, whether it's a build. I'm not going to force a match to be artificially longer one way or another. That's
fair.
That's how you end up with 25-minute matches that nobody cares about. You play to win, and shit happens. Like, it's fine. I had a similar match against Dragana when she was returning from injury with Terra, and it actually ended the same way. I ended up tapping her out, but it was on a turmoil, so it didn't matter. That's a move that Terra has used to finish people. And you, Jay, are coming from a place, I think, of bias with Valkyrie, which is fine. You're a fan of her. But if you think about it in just a general way, you have somebody in this feud who beats somebody pretty clean with a submission. She taps her out. The story plays well because Valkyrie the whole time has been, try salvage the relationship every single time. And then she tried it again, got put down again, and then Terra just walks out. So you can think about it in a way where, Valkyrie got absolutely killed there. Or you can think about it as, holy shit, this other person who was opposing Valkyrie is now like really putting herself on the map. And it sounds awful. Like I can't say that, obviously, because anybody who's in OCW knows that I am Terra's handler.
Well,
but if you think of it from a storytelling standpoint, it works in that way. That's what I love about OCW is you take what the comp match gives you, you just have a match, and then you do what with that what you can, and that's basically what it was. I don't have an opinion on quality either or. I'll leave that to you two.
Okay.
Comcast went out, by the way, fellas.
Who's Comcast went out? Nate?
Nate is not here. Yeah.
Oh, god damn it! I was gonna cuss him. So actually, the second part of that is that now being that's what took out Valk, that should be your go-to moving forward. The what's it called? The Grievous Fly Trap.
The Grievous Fly Trap.
I fucking hate Terra. Cass, don't even start. There you go. Your server muted. You can be here, but just don't fucking. If Nate shows up, have him. Let me know so I can re-add him. Cause I don't want Cassie here trying to fucking whatever.
Just go on.
So anyway,
Go
yeah. So I would assume that the Grievous fly trap is going to be the thing moving forward, which is what it should be, being wrestling standard. So if that's the case, I don't give a fuck. That's good. I mean, I don't give a fuck in the sense that you should do that. So do that, and I'm fine. Kent.
I love it. I love every minute of it.
Yeah, you were like,
this is my like favorite. This is probably my favorite.
You don't
honestly,
work
this is
here.
probably the most followed feud that I've been like on the shows. Like this is, I don't know. There's just something about the best friend thing. Like, because me and Dimsmore kind of had the friend. Like,
Yeah.
You just don't give up, and like the fire, he just never gave up on Dimsmore. Dimsmore would just fuck me up, fuck up all my friends, fuck up everything. Yo, I'm still you, but we friends, right? And you guys just hate it. You know what I mean? Like it's just it reminds me of that. So I'm like, I felt it, and I really enjoyed this match. Everything about it, like the fierceness of Tara trying to prove that, hey, I'm not the same person anymore, and I'm gonna prove that to you. And Valk still just not, not there yet. And I feel like this is just the first chapter in like a long story that's moving forward. Like I don't feel like this is an end at all. I feel like this is like the beginning.
And I think the ending did a good job to solidify that.
Mm-hmm.
The ending feels
like
no, the ending feels like what's gonna happen. Like it depends. If you're Jim Cornette, like, oh, it fucking looks like a sucker. But I think the ending is gonna wind up being like, I don't know, maybe it's just me being an amateur writer, but after being fucked over by trying to be the good person, that's how you kind of go rogue. So maybe that'll happen. Who knows? But I'm sorry.
Guess you'll have to stay tuned, brother.
Yeah, we'll have to stay tuned. If we fucking see Rogue Valkyrie again, I'm not dealing with Rogue Valkyrie again because I don't have the energy for that shit no more. I'm not doing cage matches. Moving right along. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna check the show notes. What was it? There was another segment
back or no?
No. It was the KD segment. No, he's not. Cass is here, but I muted him because I'm not here for that shit. So I told him to let me know if his stuff returns. So we have the KD segment. One thing about Kelvin, God bless his soul, he can cut a promo. He goes a minute, he cuts what says what he has to say, and he keeps it moving. This is a talent that cannot be underappreciated, understated. Other people in OCW should take note of this skill. Maximize your minutes. He has a minute and he is able to relay his entire thought process, and it's not long and it's cumbersome. So I mean, I have nothing to say. I love Kelvin. I love his fucking promos. Always have, always will. Even though I have to fucking edit them and fix them, but it is what it is because he's the one that's earned that for his tenure here. That being said, I will take it to Kent.
KD, favorite promo in the game.
Yes.
You already know that. That hasn't changed in I don't even know how long, especially since he went to video.
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
His written role plays were basically the same thing, and it was just like,
yeah.
What? But it's that's how it is in wrestling. They only give you like a minute or two. You don't get half an hour to see you give a whole monologue of your whole life story. You really only get like 2 minutes. So he always squeezes in there. He always gets a nice little pop.
He maximizes.
Sometimes his setting is really cool too. Sometimes he picks a really cool setting. I just never forget the slipper, shit like that. You know what I mean?
he maximizes his minutes, and he has.
Yep.
What was it? The second to last or the third to last role play? He had a role play, and he essentially just he shitted on 5 people in less than a minute.
Yep.
You can't,
and it's
like,
amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Jake, any thoughts?
Well, no. What Kent said is perfect. Brevity is something that a lot of people, when they first join OCW,
they need it.
Should really practice, especially if you're new. You have to understand that this Fed is not built around you, and that it's 16 years now, 17 years deep. So practice brevity. Some situations do call for long things, and you'll know when you get there, is all I can say about that. But KD does it perfectly. He's done it since I've gotten here. It took me a while to learn to appreciate it, but like, I pop every time. Like it's just perfect. He plays the character the same way in real life that I believe his call would. So that's what makes it effective to me.
I dig it. Also, then we didn't talk about the video promo. The video promo for the Terra Valk match was also really well done. So shout out to that.
Oh, that was.
You know what it is? He's not in Red Zone anymore. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm taking a hiatus from Red Zone, so I have a lot of free time." So now he's gonna do the whole OCW thing. He's gonna do the Parker thing where he like goes all in on OCW and then he fucking breaks. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but whatever. You know.
Don't put that you can't back up on my shoulders. Yeah, I made this video, but I'm not going to allow this video to take away from all of the excellent video work that Valkyrie did in the feud leading up to it. Kent, you said you appreciated the build itself. I did make this hype video.
Everything.
I did make this hype video, and I enjoyed making it. I thought it was great. But everything prior to this, Valk did. So shout out to Ed.
No, of course. The poster too. The poster was awesome.
Like
you have your poster.
Probably my favorite feud headed into here.
Absolutely.
No, at the end of the day, it's about having fun. Like, not to throw my man under the bus. Actually, I won't mention the name, but someone suggested a mid-level women's title, to which I made a really mean remark and said no. But again, so I look at it like this: we don't need a mid-level women's title, or even maybe a mid-level women tag team title, because we had 3 women's matches on the show, and each had a story. Maybe the main event wasn't the strongest story. Perhaps, if you want to make that argument, you may. But in general, you don't need a title, and that's the problem.
But the amount of people in there that had already feuded previously,
and the history.
The history. Every single one of the people in that ring have feuded at one point.
That's what I said. That's what I said about the mid-card title when it was brought up to me. Like, this is the worst actually situation to bring up. Do we need another women's title?
You already know
because women titles essentially are props or tools to use for storytelling. And if we can put 10 women, including a chamber, 3 matches, 10 women on a Big 4 OCW pay-per-view, we don't need a fucking title. We are already doing a good job telling these stories.
The main event was built so shittily, but M did what she could and took the W. Ashley Moore is a shambolic champion. Gonna miss that motherfucker.
I don't know why he's still here. So
I don't know. It's okay. I don't have the tags on it, so I think the next promo was it Solomon Kane's promo? I think after this, or no?
Yeah, that was good too.
I didn't hate it. I liked it, but the only thing is he asked me to look at it.
His quality has went up compared to what he used to do.
He asked me to look at it. I looked at it. I gave him notes, and he applied none of the notes that I gave him. So it's like, why ask me to even look at it?
Oh, so then that's.
No,
I thought it was the fight.
No, it was fine, but it's just like, here are the notes, and then he's like, okay, thanks, and that nothing was applied. So
I was able to read the words; they were big on the screen.
No, it's fine. He's basically rebuilding himself, and I appreciate it. So good for. I mean, he's someone who's always developing. And he's one of the people that, like, once they take the L, they disappear, then they come back, then they fight a little bit, then they take the L, and disappear, and they come back.
He's a character development guy.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm here for it. I dig it. Maybe he'll grow his hair back a little bit. I kind of hope he gets cornrows, because fuck it, why not? Kind of keeps it moving. Jesus. I don't know, B. I like Salami. He's a good fucking writer. He's a good handler.
I'm a fan.
He's a good fucking handler, and he's hilarious on fucking Discord.
And I like the body shaming.
He called you out on that.
That's why I liked it. I don't know. I'm partial to the video, so I really liked it. So
I mean, personally, one of the notes I told him is I was like, hey, you can just cut the entrance at so and so it'll probably be like less than 3 minutes, and that kind of would have made it a little bit better. I'm petty like that, like just. Keep it moving.
Yes, I don't like the entrances for the promo. I don't want to see it in 2 minutes.
Just kind of, if you cut them a certain way,
something I have to say later.
If you cut them a certain way, you get like I don't know, more. You manage your time better. I don't like seeing promos at 3 minutes. I like them 2 minutes or less. That's just a personality thing. Jake, you want to add anything to it?
Life.
It didn't overstay its welcome. The music, I think, added a lot.
I like the music a lot. I actually had it on loop.
Yeah, but this is what I meant before when you called John Carter's wrestling promo crude. It was like literally the same thing as this to me, but they both did a good job in establishing what they were there to do, and they weren't there for 6 fucking minutes. So I didn't get
beginning, middle, end.
Yeah, no, it worked. It was good, and I'm biggest Solomon Kane fan, so you're not going to hear me say any false words about him.
No, I love fucking Solomon.
I'm going to say he still needs
sandwiches.
Now he needs some Rogaine and a sandwich.
Rogaine and a sandwich. Nah, I love Solomon Kane. What the fuck? It's just what it is. All right, what we got next? We got moving on down the road. The hype video. We got Solomon Kane. The Pride match. Court Martial versus K. D'Angelo. This is, if I had matches like this all pay-per-view, I'd be happy as a clam. I don't know what the fuck that means. It's what people say. It's what my dad says all the time. I don't get it, but I dug it. It was a match. It was back and forth. KD being KD. Court doing court. And somehow fucking KD said, what did he say? I'm gonna spear you. What he said something, I can't remember what the fuck he said, but he basically gonna spear the shit out of Court, and he did. And he didn't do the 4-inch spear either. My man did a 1/2 foot spear. And you would think that Court Marshall could fucking dodge it. And it sucks that, his first defense he loses. Because Court Marshall's a wonderful handler, a shitbag outside of that, but a great handler, a great writer, good in the ring, knows his character, does what he has to do. So to see him lose on his first defense is a fucking huge bummer. But by the same token, it's a solid match that he should have won. That spear was so telegraphed, B. Like anybody else would deny that spear. Anybody else, like Court has these moments where he's on point and he's amazing, and then he has these moments where he's like, I thought I got it. So he's like the B-17 of like how B-17 stinks at stip matches. Court Marshall, like he stinks in flexibility. Like he'll go from Bret Hart to fucking Barry Horowitz depending on the time of day. I don't understand it. Some days he will put on these fucking almost match of the year candidate performances or competitiveness, and then other days he's fucking how about Aguila? I guess like I don't understand it, son. I don't know if he takes barbiturates or something, but he's something wrong with that boy, but it is what it is. No, because he's, it's just,
wow, bro.
It's weird.
Jay is not a fan of Court Marshall, if you couldn't.
That's you being shitty. No, I am a fan of Court Marshall.
Oh,
you're back.
That was Katie's plan.
Welcome back, Nate. No, it's like
the spear was so obvious that.
Yeah, I know. It was
like,
just
no
it was
way.
Just like, dude, what the fuck? This bull is running at what the fuck?
So no.
Yeah, we've all done that, but that's so funny you say it. We've all done that before. Like I'm gonna go for it here, but they know it's coming, but can they get it? And this was an instance where they couldn't get it.
But that's that aggressive. That's that KD's. I'm going for it. I'm going for it.
Yep.
It is
the longest spear.
I'm happy he won, but like, don't be saying that I'm not a fan of Court Marshall. I like Court Marshall a lot, not as a person, but as a handler. So
well, that's what I meant. You know what I meant.
Oh, well, you have to specify because motherfuckers be on Twitch and they be thinking a certain way, and I'm almost out of wine. Anyway, so yeah, so anybody has extra thoughts on that, or did we cover that? Because that was a good fuck match. And it was a great match.
That was a very competitive match.
And
that was
succinct.
One of my favorite matches on the card.
And succinct. Like in a
and I think the succinct thing is and I'm gonna put us over here. Listen here, motherfuckers.
Tell them.
These season 16 patch notes we've given you have made things better for us. Maybe not for you. Like you don't really notice it here as you're doing the matches, and I don't either because I'm still full time. But these season 16 like changes that we've made, and I told this to Jay when we were doing commentary. They are making these matches so much more digestible than they were prior to this. Because I've done commentary since season 13, and like even back then, some of them could get like we were doing TV main events that were 24 fucking minute videos, and we just don't have that anymore. So we had the CCW match, which was 23 minutes, and that is the one we're complaining about being too long. Like these rules that we have implemented,
riot matches.
It's unbelievable. Like these rules, and yeah, you guys know even further back than season 13. Like we were talking about the time limits in the you guys had to implement time limits because people wouldn't stop going so long. Yeah, so we're super excited about the way that the matches are progressing thus far. This match in particular was fantastic. Our rules set aside, these two are just really good at what they do. KD had one little iffy issue there, but the way he backed up, he went to the free, like I said at the view party, he walked his ass to the freeway and sprinted into Court Marshall and broke him in half. It's a perfect finish. It sucks Court loses, but that's another part of the rules that we implemented. It's all about the competition. If you can't see that coming, you don't deserve to be Pride Champion. Sorry, Court.
He could have countered that and hit the fucking Courtplex, and we would all went ape shit as well. So fuck him. He couldn't counter.
Either way, good match. And that's to me, that's the outcome. I usually like.
So to expound on Jake's fancifulness, yes, we are the shit because there are spots that will sit there and unironically have a 30 to 4 minute match of complete dog shit. So take what that would make the CCW Extreme Rules match look like Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. Yes, we are the shit because we make things the way we do like that. And that's just my alcoholism talking, but that is also the hard work that all these people here put together. So, you know, it is what it is, man. We good at what we do, so just got to be better. And yes, as the retired Dan says, some of these matches nobody was trying to win, and that was apparent on some matches. Moving along.
It wasn't.
You
it
think
wasn't.
so?
It wasn't. No, it wasn't true at all. He has no idea what he's talking about. I'm not sure why he's still here. He left the Discord, yet he's still trying to put his opinion in. Yeah, of course
Thank
he did.
God.
Okay.
Yes.
Bye.
That's what I was talking about. He's not around anymore, but he's always going to be around. He can't get away from this. It's in his own
No,
brain.
he doesn't like this
What
place.
what he's saying is bullshit. The first match, he's going to say nobody's trying to win because they were outside the ring the whole time.
That's
I'll
fair.
buy that.
That's fair.
The rest of
Wait.
The rest of them are unfair. The rest of them are completely unfair.
Hold up. The Marissa Evelyn match, it took Evelyn 90 minutes to get a fucking finisher, so that
She
part
had
I'll
no
give 'em.
finisher. That is not trying to win. Anybody who actually competes on a full-time level in OCW knows that is a bullshit excuse.
Okay.
She didn't have a finisher.
All right.
He said that in viewing party.
Before you get
anyway.
fired up, I love it.
Go ahead. I'm
He
already
is fired up.
He threw out. I love Jake with the sauce gets him the balls. All right, so moving right along. I know he's giggling right now. Fucking Dad's like, hey, fucking quote him again. All right, so we have the Iceman Nate Mack promo. So before we talk about the promo, shout out to Nate Mack, Iceman. He's sitting there like, oh, thank you guys, motherfucker. Who made your video nice? I did. Fuck out of here. I was waiting for him to be like, oh, whoever fixed the video, thanks. Not a fucking peep. That's not how you do it, bruh. When someone does you right, you kind of be like, oh, whoever helped my video, thanks. Because I fixed that shit for you, motherfucker. I'm sorry, I'm not rude, but I'm saying. I was waiting for that shit during the viewing party. I never heard. I was like, Go sit there, take all that credit. I got you, bruh. I got you, motherfucker. Anyway, so I dug it. The Macho Man shtick kind of not big on it, but Nate can actually cut a promo. Like when he was doing the Leo Grimm thing, he was actually really good. The Nate Mack thing, he's actually really good. I don't like the Macho Man isms, but that's a personal thing because I don't know, it feels fucking hack to me. But yes, he can cut a fucking promo, and I like it. He reminds me of White KD kind of, except he's a little bit longer. Like his promos tend to always be a little bit longer. KD's will be at most a minute 30. Mac will go for like anywhere between 250 to fucking 8. So I think, like Nate said, I want to see these two fight, and potentially if they want to fight at Resolution, that's a possibility. Make it happen. The promos alone will be fucking great, especially if there's like a dual screen promo for 1 minute where they're both talking shit to each other. That'd be amazing. Like, you know how they do like the separated in two different locations, like Nate Max and fucking like whatever, and Katie Angelo's in Alabama, and they're live via satellite, and they just start talking shit to each other like a fucking a Fox News promo. I'm here for that if that's possible. So if we can make that happen, that I'm saying right here now, drunk and or sober on the podcast, if they want to do it, Nate Mack and fucking Iceman Nate Mack and K D'Angelo have a spot at Lucian if they decide to get their shit together. We'll take it to Nate. Go ahead.
No, that was it. Like when I saw the video, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, who did this? Because I'm like, I know Iceman's not having all the little TV screens and stuff.
Nope.
But then, but like, he sent me like the video before he turned it in. Obviously, 'cause we're working together.
Yeah.
And I thought it was solid and cool. I'm like, yeah, keep it up, keep doing this stuff. Because I mean, Nate Mack's trying. He's just finding his way in like our big OCW ocean. So just keep it up.
Don't hate it, Kent.
It's just a little too long. Like you said, I like it about anywhere between a minute and 2 minutes. The Macho Man thing, I don't like the Macho Man thing at all. I didn't like it. Oh yeah, like that. I didn't like it even when freaking Jay Lethal did it when he was fucking in real life.
Yeah.
Like to me, I hate. I'm not a big fan of parodies.
Yeah.
Of real wrestlers. Like I'm not really big for that. Because I just remember Dane and Xavier going Macho Man when Macho Man died and wanted to make some Macho Man tribute and then beat up all our characters. Like just stupid shit like that, So yeah, I just try to get away from anything that has to do with like real world wrestling. I try to anything that leans towards that, I tend not to like. But the overall like promo package, I like the way that he actually looks like his character. So just like KD looks like his character. So I want to see that too. I just want to see the the two do the dual screen and just go at it with their little 1 minute, 2 minute promos.
Yeah, my
Yeah, that's about it.
locks, my lock-ins are fucking. I want to see Jess versus Max Edwards, and I want to see Nate Mack versus K D'Angelo. If these fucking people can make that happen, then you have a slot at Lucian. That's already 2 matches done out of whatever the amount we do. While Jake is arguing with Pew, let me also add the fact that I don't mind the Macho Man shtick if you put your own spin on it, like maybe not use Macho Man, but use different isms. I can't give you an example because I'm inebriated and I'm not, that creative at the moment. I'm only creative in the shower, but if you use different isms with the same cadence, that would probably work better as opposed to a legit ism of the, ooh, yeah, I'm talking like the Macho Man, so whatever. Jake, any thoughts?
Yeah, so it at the first half, and this I think as a segment is a perfect example of Dan bringing feedback that is valuable, that is cluttered in all of his bullshit that we never have to deal with anymore.
I hate how you
because he said it. He gave the first half is very, very parody heavy, and then he actually falls into his own lane in the second half. It does go a little bit long, but because the second half is so strong and is so unique, I'm okay with it. I think he should get away from being a direct copy of the Macho Man. Like, the first half is literally a Macho Man promo from the 80s. Like, it's just clear cut. The second half, he gets like violent. He gets serious. He gets away from the Macho Man stuff, and he ends it on such a high note. I think that's what he should focus on. He should get away from the 80s like family Macho Man stuff, and he should focus on it. It was great either way. I always love the innovation that people put into it. I didn't know that you put the TV screens into it. I thought that was a great effect, and he should do it more often if he has that ability. But I'm a big fan of it. And thinking about it, if we get a month and a half even, let's say 6-week build between Iceman and KD to Lucian, might not be this year, but KD is not going anywhere, so we'll see. I'm here for it either way. It's good stuff.
Like, the fact that there's matches I want to see and these fucking people may not do them, it annoys me. Anyway, moving along, we got Colin Locke versus Thomas Archer. So before anyone says anything, I'm going to break the bag because I have a little bit of sauce to the boss. So Colin Locke did the cardinal sin. Now, depending on who you ask,
he's gonna put him out there.
Depending on who, you gotta fucking say it. It's all good.
You're right.
Depending on, so here's the thing. If you didn't know, Thomas Archer has a leg-based moveset, so he fucks up 90% of the people he fights because all of you son of a bitches love being meta warriors and not putting any defense in your legs as far as even basic. So most people just max out body and head and leave legs and arms as low as possible, so people like Isu and Thomas Archer eat your fucking lunch. For some ungodly, unknowingly, whatever fucking reason, and honestly, I don't think, and I'm saying this because speaking with Colin or just interacting with Colin during the fact, I don't think it came from a place of I'm going to get one over. I think it came from a place of, oh, this feels like a smart idea. He upped his leg durability. So a match that should have probably went 10 minutes went like 16 minutes. And obviously we were like, what the fuck? Well, anybody who knows anything knows that, oh, something may have been off. So yes, he's been talking to about, and it speaks to the fact that nobody was upset, just like, hey, don't do that. And it is what it is. See, when you're a rookie, you can do dumb shit and people won't get mad because like, okay, don't do that. And then it's fine. When your name is Blue and you do shit, it's like, you should have known better. Go fuck yourself. You're on the shit list and now you get a 3-way with Nate, Cass, and some other guy, So it's not a bad, I don't think it tainted Colin's win as much as people may think or may not think. I don't know. Either way, just don't do it again. Keep your basics. Don't change your stats to who you're fighting. And yeah, that's basically it. The match itself was actually entertaining. People wanted Colin to win and he fucking won. So, the people got what they wanted. He got a pay-per-view win. The thing is, people were saying, or commentary said that, his first big win was weeks ago, months ago, when he fucking beat Blacksmith, which is why Blacksmith was like, come on, win. Because if he loses to Thomas Archer, Blacksmith looks like a pussy. But yeah, so it is what it is. So there's no heat on Colin in any capacity, but it's just, don't do that shit. I'll take it to Nate. Thoughts?
Well, that was news to me, but yeah. Don't do that, kids.
I think it's legal in the US,
Yeah. But outside of that, like, I enjoyed the match. I thought
It was fun.
yeah, it was like a fun good match. Like, again, it just kept the upward tick of the show. And not gonna lie, I was rooting for Colin to win.
Of course, everybody wants Colin to win.
Yeah, but it was just nice. I have no other comment on the match. It was good.
Yeah, like, you know, that honestly, like, if it was normal, it probably would have went shorter. I don't know if maybe Colin would have squeaked out or not. Probably because the match still kept the same pace. So, you know, my only bitching about that is that it would have been probably shorter, and he probably would have got Archer probably would have got scooped sooner, maybe. I don't know, but that's my only concern. Jake.
No, he wouldn't have got scooped sooner. It would have been an entirely different match all the way because.
You think? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I do because he would have turned red sooner, and just the whole dynamic of the match would have changed. But aside from that, it was handled the way it should have been handled. One, it wasn't a title match, so we don't have to worry about misplacing that the same way we did Evolution with Mystico. Two, there was, we had a veteran in the case and we had a rookie in the case. All that was handled ahead of time. In terms of the match itself, in terms of the quality, if it affected my viewing, like, I know it would be different, but Archer still was able to make that competitive match, and the two, like, it wasn't something that was, you have one guy who was like fucking 4 levels above him trying to fight Thomas Archer. Like, it was a slight difference, but it did affect the match. And Thomas Archer still, even after hitting foreclosure, could have won that match. He wanted to finish it with 8-figure income, which I thought was a great idea from him, because that would have been a great way to end the match with the submission finisher, the 8-figure income. He just missed it, and that shit happens. He kicked out of one scoop. He didn't kick out of the other one. The match itself, I don't think, was super affected by it, but in terms of behind the scenes, Colin's been talked to. Everything's fine. It's not a huge deal.
Like I said, didn't hate and got to see the scoop, so I'm happy with the scoop. Motherfuckers pop for the scoop, big. They really pop for the scoop. Like, that's how you know when you over as a rookie, when motherfuckers pop for your move. Like, people pop for John Carter and his fuck shit, but people actually legit pop for the scoop. So I know other rookies be like, oh fuck Colin Locke. But actually in the old days, what would have happened if we had Discord stuff in the old days? If people saw that we were popping for the scoop, they would try to like fight Colin and fuck him up really badly, so they can be like, ugh. But thank God we don't have that no more. Kent, thoughts?
This was best moveset match. Like, next to, probably Pew versus Nate because of the history and the movesets, but like a pure moveset from a technical standpoint, like, Colin has no moves. Like, he wrestles like a pepper. He didn't do like a single move the entire match. Like, if you really watch it, he does nothing the entire match. And that's how old school wrestling is. You don't do anything the entire match. And somehow you come out with a win. Doing your most powerful move, which is your finisher, in his case, the scoop. Like, how can you not like it? He comes out and he's like the most basic of wrestlers. He looks like, I don't know. He's over as shit. His finisher's over.
I think he could do well without using that fucking little Jimmy horse shit. Other than that, yeah, he has no.
I didn't know anything about the changing your stats, but like that also shows a testament to Archer that he still kind of got him. Pretty much, Ted still had to check on his legs.
Yeah,
so,
Ted's like, "Hey man, is you all right?" So yeah,
he only survived. It was only a matter of time, but it did change. It will the way Archer is, that definitely changed the complexity of the match.
Is a good upswing match. So that was like, helping to bring the show back up because, whew. And I'll talk about it at the very end. So next we have Cassie Hayes versus Doc. Surprisingly, really, really solid, good to the point match. Oh my God. I honestly, this is what I expected, for shoot. And I hate using for shoot because I'm not a wrestler, but I honestly expected it's more about so I honestly expected Cass to get beat up and then go but no, it's fucking it was a good match, and it basically told the story what needed to happen. It was good. Doc got over that fucking combo that everyone went crazy for. Part of me was like, this is amazing, but part of me was like, oh man, these fucking people, oh, how come he can do it and I can't? And then Cass, obviously being fucking Cass, he explained what that it does no damage, and it didn't do any damage because we've seen people do combos and then they change color. Cass did a fucking wombo combo and nothing happened. He did, and then he did a half version of it twice, a second time, and nothing happened. So there you go. You want to fucking be a combo bitch fuck face? Go ahead, but if you don't do no damage, it's good. It just looks great, which is what you want. But some of you motherfuckers, I have to win. I have to win. If I don't win, Sensation won't love me, and I'll never get a title shot for Pixels. Ooh, Nate, thoughts?
Oh, like that example is definitely when we say like don't be a dick. It's doing that. Like Cass is one of those people that like it digs so deep into a video game. Like if he wanted to just kill everybody, he could with combos like that. Or doing what everybody knows. Hey, I can do this thing that looks really cool, and it's not really going to do anything. So I can do it.
Nothing.
So like, if people like, honestly, if people want to take that and figure out combos and stuff like that, that's cool. But then you have situations where like other people might take that and try to find a combo that actually does do that damage, and then we're gonna be like, whoa, like
we've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it. We've literally seen it. We've seen it plenty of times. Like somebody will do a combo, and motherfucker will change colors like once or maybe almost twice. Cass did like a fucking wombo combo, and nothing happened. It was just visually appealing. That was it. Yeah. That's what I prefer that. But Jake thought. Sorry, not to cut you off, Nate.
Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. I mean the whole my stats are low, so it's okay. I'm not. That's dumb.
Oh, now you're biased against Cass. The
reason I enjoyed it, the reason it's okay is because it flowed naturally and he did it one time instead of continuing to pound it home every single fucking time he did it. His explanation, while valid, is not the reason that I looked at that combo, and I don't know why the combo was the focus of the match because it was a great match.
No, I'm focused on it because it's just so awesome.
If that's what we're talking, I know. If that's what we're talking about, the reason it was cool is because he got a big mid move and he went boom, 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 and he like fucked him up, hit him outside the ring, and it was a great combo. It wasn't okay because he put all of his stats down. Like I know that may be the focus of his explanation. But he did it once, and it was great. And then he went back in, and he continued to work a regular match. And if he got another mid-move, he wouldn't have done that again. That's the key. He would have done something else. It may have been a different semi-combo, whatever. But the reason the match was so enjoyable, in this, I am going to go on a limb and say this was the best OCW hybrid match of the night. And it's right up. It's right up there. It's right up there with Nate and Pew. It really is. But you take all the gimmicks out of everything. But when you're talking about just ring the bell, you got FPR, you got OCW, tell a story, have a match. This was it. And it was a lot of fun for me.
That fucking kick. That fucking kick where we both on college like, oh my God, he just kicked he kicked him in his ear.
And the finish was perfect because Cass has him finishable. He goes for the finish, gets countered. Doc wastes no time. JJE, boom. We're not fucking around with contrived spots. Cass has 4 finishers, and Doc or not 4 finishers, 4 reversals. I'm sorry, he's got 4 reversals, and Doc's like, fuck it, I'm gonna put the bright lights on you, bro. Counter this. He couldn't counter it. That's the way it goes. That's why I tell people every single week, just go for it, and they went for it. It was enjoyable.
We see it all the time. KD did it. We're saying the best time to do it because you don't expect it. It's like go for it. Just do it.
Go for it. Just do it.
Just fucking go when motherfuckers get cracked. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. In the interest of trying to move things forward, that was one of my favorite matches tonight. That's why I moved it. Excuse me. That's why I moved it where I moved it. Lucha Country Returns. Now, not to be disrespectful with Lucha Country Returns, I didn't catch most of it because I was trying to fix fucking YouTube horse shit. So I do know. I'll say Mark Henry. Jesus Christ. Mark Reese came out. And I saw that Parker came out. So what do we think about this?
I'll go. Well, the entrances went, and I will defend them. They did ask us to do commentary beforehand, but they submitted it after Jay and I had already been finished. So on one note, shout out to everybody getting all their shit in super early so that we could do commentary and finish by Wednesday, which is bananas. But on a second note, we couldn't. They expected us to do commentary, which would have added to it. We couldn't do that. Shit happens. it was a little long because of that, but the buildup of El Parca coming back when he's been gone
Yeah, that
for
was
a while since he
heel
lost
tease.
it. Yeah, and I think the viewing party did that to us, right, Kent? Like I was
Yeah.
waiting. I was like, one of these guys is gonna slam the other, and it's gonna get crazy. But it didn't happen. Maybe it will, but I didn't mind it. It wasn't as good as some of the other promos, but it had its place.
Yeah, it's just telling you we back in business.
I didn't know that there was commentary to be involved. I was just asked if it could be handed in. I was like, sure, no problem. So I didn't know about no commentary. Nate, any thoughts? Thanks for subscriber, whoever did it. No thoughts?
I feel like it did the job for them. Yeah. It just sets up whatever they're gonna do next with H2O and Doc and whoever else. Yeah,
so the lucha country is back, maricon. I say maricon. Jesus Christ, I've been drinking too much. Okay, where are we now? We're moving at a brisk pace. I'm very happy. I think this takes us to the fucking
last man standing, right?
Yeah, last man standing. Wonderful intro video. I kind of hate, I hate it. You know what bugs me? Here, can I be honest? Can I be drunk honest for a second?
Always.
Jesus Christ.
Here we go. Who said Jesus Christ? Who said that? Was that you, Nate?
I'm saying it because there's baby crying in the hallway.
That's Ken, not me.
Kent's
Baby crying in the hallway, and you guys are about to hear it.
I didn't hear baby crying. I thought you were talking about me when I was trying to like whatever. Fuck, that hurt my feelings. Anyway, so again, it's a good video and it has a lot of history, and I appreciate the history. I'm negative by design, as you all know, who've worked with me for many years. Some people have worked with me for 12 plus years, 10 plus years, 15 plus years. So you know my negativity. So I see all this work for Quartz, and I feel like there's just gonna be a fucking colossal crash down. It's gonna make me sad. That being said, sorry. That being said, it's a great. It bugs me that we had to book Quartz versus Cole so early. Because that first match that y'all had last month or the month before, whatever the fuck, that would have been the Lucia main event, and it's gonna bug me for like a couple of months, because I'm sure that would have happened with you guys, in June, and that would have been the beautiful send off for the year. We don't have that now, so we have to have something else. Whatever the fuck happens. So I don't know whatever happens coming in June will live up to what happened last month. So that's what bugs me. That being said, the hype video was awesome. Dug it. It was synced very well. The skills have increased. I like the fact that it's Russ, Cole, and Quartz have been here for what, 3 years now, or 3.5, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they've been here 3.5 years, and they've built a legacy against each other, and it kind of almost reminds me of Dims versus Dupree a little bit, kind of, but not really. But there's a lot of history in that 3 years, and it's nice to see. Mm-hmm. So it was exciting. It was good. The match itself, again, last man standing, and I'll try to be brief. It's a last man standing match. It didn't overstay its welcome, and the finish was fucking essentially brutal. I wanted to edit a sound when Russ' fucking head hit the fucking television, but I didn't have a chance to. I wanted to add the meanest, most disturbing crunching sound, but I just didn't have a chance to. But that was a fucking great match, and it told a story. And the fact that, my only bitch complaint about it is that there wasn't a secondary camera on Russ when he was dead. Other than that, I got no complaints. It did what it had to do. It was it's an example of what a last man standing should be, as opposed to the one where, as we spoke about in the beginning of the show, B17 last man standing kills fucking kills Rex. Is the perfect opportunity to end the match. I'll pick him up at 5. Great. Just fucked up the match. Another 10 minutes. Anyway, Kent. No, yeah, fuck it, Kent. Thoughts?
Great. Just like you said, it does remind me of Dims and Dupree, except for he, in the same way, he turned on me, and because we were a team, and he joined Load. Yeah, it's the same kind of story, and we fit all our stuff, and we jammed it in like a 3-year window, kind of the same deal. But I think these guys, I don't know. To me, it seems like they're kind of doing it a little bit better in some ways. I don't know. I enjoy every time these two fight, whether it's the handlers in general, just anytime I see them fight. This kind of was a surprising ending. It ended kind of short. I thought it was going to go a little bit longer, and it was kind of caught me off guard. But I liked the ending. I thought the ending was superb. He murdered him, put him through the table. It was done. You know, it just seemed like the pay-per-view just kept getting better and better and better, and this was just another match. And it was hard to. I could see how it was hard to fit it on the card, because this to me is definitely like a main event caliber match, just as the Nate and Pew match was, just as the Elimination Chamber was. So it's like we have like 3 main events, and any of these could have main evented any pay-per-view that we had. So it's like, I don't know, but I feel like I want to see these 2 fight again. And even though they're not
Too late
for a while.
Too late, Hoot.
I know. I
didn't even know about that till he said it.
But it makes sense, because then you don't want to wear that out like Doc Green versus Everett, where it's kind of like, okay, now you guys can't like fight again for like the next, forever. Because I don't want to see them
season.
fight. Like,
they're done. So
no,
Russ got
they can't. I don't want to ever see them fight again. I'm never gonna. No, I don't even want to see them
if
fight.
They fight again, it's not gonna be till next season. If we have a next season, which we will.
Can't share a ring until March 13th, 2022.
Fucking asshole.
Okay, thank you.
I like how you said that during the show. Nate, thoughts?
It was great. Obviously, I wasn't happy with the ending of the match. We'll get that out there right now. Sorry, franchise. But no, like, they go
Somebody
in there.
walking home.
Oh, he's not walking home. He can get the limo. It's fine.
He ain't. Well, I mean,
I made Danny order steaks.
He ain't standing. He definitely ain't standing.
Yeah, we'll help him to the back. But no, like, I like. But I enjoyed the match, like the storyline and everything, because it's hard when you have 2 people who are playing like heels in an angle, and then they're going after each other. So you build on the history between the 2 guys, and it kind of, Russ had kind of like the underdog feel kind of going into it, because Quartz has been like just bodying. I hate to say that, but he's been bodying people.
Yeah, and that only means one thing.
TikTok.
Oh, stop it!
TikTok.
Are we gonna have the promo where Jay goes, "I was waiting for"? Wait, was it? Oh, it took you long enough. Who? I don't know.
We're not gonna have all of that.
He's gonna avoid you at all costs. Not to cut you off. Jake, thoughts? Anything?
Yeah. So
Joan fucking match.
Him and I are attached at the hip at this point, and we knew that coming in. So anybody that watched the show, Jay, would know that this stipulation was a part of the Last Man Standing. It was like a year thing. Like, we cannot share a ring, no tag matches, no multi matches, no singles. This is it. We're done until this time next year, and that's the way it was. So this is the same fucking thing that I said about the Tara Valkyrie match. Like, we are gonna do our very best to make you as invested as possible leading up to the match, and in the match, we are going to go at it, and that's what we did. And we had a good time. And Kent said he would want to watch us fight a million times. I would want to fight him a million times, because him and I could go in a match, DM, TV match, Riot, Turmoil, pay-per-view, doesn't matter, and we're gonna have just a blast. Because there's, even in that match, like, I was never down. He never hit me with a finish or whatever, but you had the callback to the stolen Black Phoenix from Chill Factor. You had the table spot, which was a callback from the Turmoil. He had that spot in the ring where I no-sold 3 of his moves in a row, and he just kept suplexing me over and over. Like, it's a lot of fun for me, and that's not going to be the case for everybody. And the bias to quality is always going to increase the further you go up the card. If we were rookies and we had this same exact match as the second match on the card, people wouldn't like it as much. But the history and the effort you put into it is what's going to happen. I do think that, and I know that for a fact. The history, the emphasis that you guys put in the character, it's on us still. Like, our effort and the history that we've created and everything we've done up to this point is what makes you care about it so much. And I am proud of that. That's why I took so much time to, do the video and everything. We obviously will be back to this point at some point. On one hand, I'm sad that we couldn't be at Lucian for this, but on the other hand, we are putting a stamp on season 16 at a certain point where season 16 shouldn't be you know, the beginning is cool, the middle sucks, Lucian is great, and the end sucks. Like, every part of it should be awesome. And I'm glad that I was a part of making the middle bits between Anniversary and Lucian fun. I enjoyed having the match, and I hope everybody else.
It's still hitting, so I ain't got no complaints about it. It's still hitting. It's just from a booking standpoint, like, you know, it's hard. You have to, from booking, we have to kind of,
other Lucians.
We have to top everything. So again, I think last year's Lucian was perfect. This year, I don't know if we're gonna fucking. I don't see it being the same as last year, but we'll see what the fuck happens. Who knows? Who knows? But you know, I would prefer to be tepid at best and then be surprised at the outcome as opposed to being yeah, and then being that's I've always been that way. Moving right along, the coup de grace, the last well, not last man standing, loser leaves town. Didn't want to call this match.
Here we are.
Did not want to call this match. That shit did I miss any promos in between though, right? No, right? There's no any promos that we missed?
I don't recall. Well, I mean, Dan had the promos like the video.
No. Well, I'll talk about the video, but I'm just making sure that like if we didn't miss anything. No, there's actually a really dope promo for a text promo that you guys will see with the web show that I won't spoil, but really
stay
fucking
tuned.
Dope. Yeah, stay tuned for the web show. But the coup de grace, if you will, the loser leaves town. Nate Ortiz versus Paul Pugh versus Nate Ortiz. This match has a lot of fucking emotions in it, especially for me, given fucking what you call it, a combination of real life bullshit and OCW bullshit, and it like legitimately, I didn't want to call the match because I felt like it's gonna bug me because again, knowing how Pugh, aka Dan, is, there was a good chance that he would take Nate out so he could just leave and kind of a fuck you to me and OCW is well within his right, you know, whatever. So the production going into it was really fucking good. I feel that some of it went by too fast so people couldn't appreciate it, but the whole Welcome to Saturday Night, but it was in Chicago SNL thing was genius. Hopefully that doesn't get fucked with on Twitch because NBC's a piece of shit. Nate Ortiz's entrance was, I don't think anybody caught it. I did, and it made me fucking kind of emotional, and it's really weird to say that, but during the beginning of Nate Ortiz's, when he took Dupree's outfit and everyone popped for that, and it kind of faded into like 7 different Nates, that's basically his career since he joined in 2004. You know, when he won the Super S Cup, he was like kind of Christopher Daniels-ish, so he had like the Kurt Angle attire with the bald head, and then he had a man called Nate, which is essentially the Sting gimmick, if you want to call it that, and just basically all the eras of Nate wrapped up in that fucking brief 4 seconds. So that got a real good emotion out of me with that. And the match itself told a really good fucking story. It was a really solid match. It was par for the course for the hoots shit. I don't know if I'll call it match of the year because match of the year is very difficult, but it was a great match. It told a wonderful story. Nate fucking his big thumb slipping almost cost him the match, which was also entertaining as well. I got nothing but good things to say about the match. Call me biased, suck my dick, I don't give a fuck. I'll take it over to Kent as the resident secondary hoot or first hoot. Go ahead.
Fuck you, Nate. Theo.
Oh my
fuck
god.
You.
I fucking hit my teeth.
Wear my robe. You come down from the heavens with a fucking half smile on your face. You bullshit. Bullshit.
I love you too.
But besides that, excellent everything. You know my build. You already know I'm completely and utterly biased for this. This was the greatest match ever. I knew one of you were gonna die, and it's just great. Like, just because I'm just watching them fall off one at a time. Like, just knowing you should not be in the ring. I don't know. I'm a little biased because everyone is like, you know, you and your team. No. You should not be here. KD maybe. Only KD probably should be here. And maybe even Fat Trance. But even he's gone.
He's gone too.
Trance is gone. It means everyone should just be gone.
Fat Trance is gone. Leave. Jake.
Get a backstage role. Do something. Nate's not even. I hope he goes back to doing his actual job. We know you can put on great matches. We get it. I loved it. But you're dead. Stop.
I did love it. I said it before that in terms of what being here, and I hate saying being here as long as I have because I haven't been here as long as any of you guys, but seeing so many matches that I have even before I got here, an OCW match, this is, I'm going to give the silver medal to being the best OCW match. The only reason I'll do that is because I know these guys wanted to show out as their last match, and they did it perfectly. There was no contrived spots. Like, even the OMG moment on the outside was so organic. Like, that spear through the fucking barricade. It, like, they were fighting out there. It was natural. Everything was going fine. And Nate just found him there and was like, well, I got the finisher, let's do it. And that's how it should all be done.
Yep.
And they did that throughout the entire match. Their move sets were great. All the callbacks to all the different, like, you had the backfire from Pew, you had the Dragon Tamer from Nate. All the great moves were in there.
The
and
stunner!
Then what I really appreciated is that they didn't play this to a cliche place. They didn't do this where Pew stood up and was like, "Oh, I'm out of here, guys." Nate whooped the fuck out of him and sent his ass packing in an ambulance. It was so unique. It was like so perfect. Like, you see the tropes in pro wrestling. They didn't play to that at all. He was like, I'm going to beat this man to death and I'm going to send him out. I'm not going to be the babyface that shakes his hand. I'm going to continue the character that I have built for the last season, and I'm going to send him out in the way that everybody wants him to be sent out. So I can appreciate that. Also, I hate Dan so much for a lot of the things he says, but I can't tell you how many times I watched that Machine Gun Kelly part where, like, he was burning the flame and, like, the send off. Like, I was almost emotional about it. I know I'm a nerd about that, but
No, it's fine.
I enjoyed it. I was always going to enjoy it. I can talk forever about
All
it.
great things must come to an end. I just
It
wish
does.
Exactly.
they would have came to an end a lot sooner.
Fuck you, Kent.
I hate you.
Fucking Dan hates me and it is what it is, but it was a fucking that shit. I still was the same shit. I still felt the same way. I was like, oh man, this shit is emotional for me, man. Like, motherfuckers put in work. You gotta respect the work they put in, despite being like a provocateur or whatever. That's the thing. Like, when you cancel out the stupidity, there's good information there. You just have to cancel it out, but people aren't built for that. So it is what it is. Whatever. All you know is that when he was here, there was always conversation, and there was people, that fucking wanted to engage in conversation. That's what you need. You need people to fucking push the needle. So yeah. But the funny thing about that match is, as you said, there's no contrived horseshit. But the thing is also that he will, good. Mike called it best. He's the Andy Kaufman of OCW, or Cogman, whatever. He really is fucking, beating up women or cause. No, it's a perfect analogy.
He read the typo and
I didn't realize I almost got him counted out until I rewatched the match.
Yeah, he almost got you counted out.
So close.
He would have got you counted out. That's what I'm saying. Like I know you're not gonna take the count out, but he would. So when he did it to you, I'm like, oh god damn it, no. Cause I know him. He'll take it. He don't give a fuck. He'll take it and he'll just be like, oh, too bad for you. And it is what it is. So
it's always like, for me, playing him. Only other person I had matches with like that, it's me and him, or me and Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's kind of like with Jake and Rusty, where it's just
it's
always
good.
Gonna be good no matter what.
So natural.
Without even trying.
Yeah, it's good, and it's what you call
All we gotta do is fight.
Yeah, maybe it's like I don't know if you want to call it cathartic end or whatever, or just I don't know. It's the end. It's the end, and it is what it is.
To me, he went out like should have went out fucking.
He died
3 years ago.
He
died fucking 3 years ago.
I know you were so happy when he was so.
Came back. I don't even know why he's back. I don't know why Nate's back. Nate comes back and then everyone pops up. We had a whole bunch of legends pop up and almost all of them disappeared except for fucking Pew. You had fucking Leon popping up. You had everyone fucking popping up, every left and right. And what?
Yeah, I put an end to that. Don't worry.
Who's left? Because what legend that popped up still left?
Yeah, the last man standing.
Chill out.
Your last man standing.
Legends are for Lucian, Jay. Give the people what they want. The main event.
Yeah, no, we're done with that shit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't even know that the main event was supposed to be like night 1 was gonna be you, or night 2 was one or two was gonna be you and versus fucking French, and night 1 was gonna be B17 versus fucking Tony. But everything's all fucked up, so I don't know what's gonna happen now.
You don't make plans.
I do make plans. I do, because I'm fucking I'm Vince McMahon, bitch.
The handler in general. You don't do that because it doesn't work.
I make
Class
plans.
2021 is where we're at, and you took a big risk here placing this main event where you did, and I think it paid off. But I'm interested to hear what you think.
So speaking of main event, so we're going to the main event. We're going to talk about the women's elimination chamber. So, let's be honest, and essentially this kind of just came out of nowhere when I was like, hey, fuck it, let's do a chamber. And oh boy, here we go. I have a little bit of wine left. I'm not gonna get up to get bourbon, so I'll just fucking try to. Well, let's put the cards on the table. Let's be as honest as humanly possible. So Ashley showed up a couple weeks ago or a month and a half ago and was like, hey, what do you want me to do? So usually you don't really want to hear that from somebody. You just want them to be like, hey, this is my plan, and you kind of tweak as you need it. So Ashley was like, what do you want me to do? So I was like, well, I don't know yet. So then we fast forward a couple weeks after that conversation, and then I say, you know, fuck it, how about a chamber? Ashley's like, okay. So then it's about picking who's in the chamber. So let's go with that. And boy, oh boy, matter of fact, let me take my last sip.
Oh boy.
Yep. Matter of fact, hold up, let me finish.
Oh boy.
I'm not done yet. Hold up.
Can I just tell you to
Nope. Nope. Here we go.
All right.
So this is part of this is alcoholism. The other part of this is trying to be as honest as possible. When you're doing something as expansive as a chamber with 6 different people, things become important. One of the most important facets. Wow, did I say what I supposed to say? Yeah, facets. Oof, thought I said something else. One of the most important issues or facets of a chamber involves essentially keeping your fucking mouth shut. Keeping your fucking mouth shut.
Echo.
Yeah, I put an echo in there for effect. Essentially, when you're working with 6 different people or 5 different people, all right, you basically keep it to those people and then potentially staff. You don't go fucking running to other people to ask for their opinion on something. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is once you're approached with that information and told, hey, don't do that, you don't go fucking running back and telling those same, because what happens is when you do that, you basically let everybody else know what's happening. So it becomes a game of telephone when it's one person knows and another person knows, and the next thing you know, everybody knows, and that ruins the surprise. Here's a fun fact. Guess how many people knew Max Edwards was going to be the special challenger against Danny Watts? I'll tell you how many people knew. Myself and Danny Watts and Max Edwards. Not Kent, not Nate, not even Jake. Why? Because I keep my fucking mouth shut and everybody else does. That's the thing. The problem with a lot of people in OCW is you don't know how to keep your fucking mouth shut. Don't spoil. It's very simple. Don't spoil. That's it. That's the bottom line. Keep your mouth shut. If someone's putting you in a position to succeed, don't hamstring yourself. Don't be a fucking idiot about it. Honestly, it makes no sense for people to just, it grates my cheese. So when you go, oh, I don't know if I should be in this match, all right, get the fuck out. Honestly, I should have put someone like, for example, my list of people I had in that match, honestly, my first thing was Tara DeTuris, Valkyrie, Morgan Blackheart, Holly Hunter, Empress. That was my first kind of rough whatever, because in my head I'm like, oh, wait a minute, if I put Tara DeTuris and Valkyrie, that kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because they don't have to have a match. They'll be in the match. I'm doing the dumb voice for the hell of it. I'll have to be the match, and I save myself a match. We're in the match together, the main event. But I thought, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's let Tara and Valkyrie have their own match. And then I thought about having Marissa in the match. I thought Marissa thought about her having in the match, but I'm like, well, she's working with Evelyn, so then it's like putting Evelyn and Marissa in the match, but that's kind of weird. But fuck it, let them have their own match too. So now that's 4 people that have their own matches, and then we have 6 people that are in the chamber, including the champion. So my point is essentially just keep your fucking mouth shut, and that's basically it. I fought every urge in my heart of hearts to start eviscerating the roster of that match, and I said, fuck it, whatever. But it pisses me off because honestly, Morgan Blackheart should have been in that match. Morgan Blackheart has been put into work. Morgan Blackheart has actually, deserves the spot. So I apologize to Morgan Blackheart for not being in that spot because they honestly deserve to be there. And who knows if that person was in that match, maybe Empress wouldn't be the champion. I love the fact that Empress is the champion. No, let me get that off rip. I'm happy that Empress is actually in that match. That I'm not in the match. The Empress won. I'm not happy that Empress was kind of talkative about it, and then fucking Cass is talking about it, and then fucking Drago is talking about it. Like, yo, I know y'all don't know the result, but shut the fuck up. Because Empress all excited, like Empress, but I'm glad that Emp won, and it's kind of weird because I don't honestly want Emp to have that responsibility, but hey, I'm glad that she won, and it was a great feat. We have a plus size women's champion. That's not fast shaming, that's fact. I'm glad. I actually enjoy the gimmick a lot. It got over on social media. People like, I love that character. Like, I do too. I really do love fucking plus size Emp. It's true, she's plus size. What the fuck you want? She's fucking large and in charge, B. So that's my that's my fucking rant, and whatever. Listen, I stopped myself because I was getting a little too spicy. But Jake, anything? Actually, no. Nate, anything to add?
With that match, I
know
want
it
to
was a
shout
headache
out
for you.
everyone for getting on in time and actually getting the match done. Day of the match, actually playing it, we got it in a one shot with no disconnects or any issues. It went smoothly. Everybody did their part, and that was awesome. The match flowed well, and I thought there were some nice spots and moments in there. Imp had me dying when I finally saw Imp's footage of the match and saw her hit her feet and fall on her face when she tried to jump off. The cell that was killing me.
The first time,
yeah. Cool.
The first time she did it, I'm like, what are you doing? The second time she did it made sense, but I'm like, that should have been the spot, but Imp fucking off twice. So that was even more hilarious. I don't know what to say. Imp unlocked the achievement for least distance traveled in a match. So she actually beat Jacob Trance's record. So Jacob Trance was the reigning champion of least distance traveled in a diving attempt. So now Imp is the new current champion. So hopefully someone will beat her in the next coming years. But yeah, that was amazing. I wish I had time to put sound effects for that because that was a fucking magnificent death for that fucking match. Kent, any ideas, thoughts, or contributions?
That just topped off a great evening. That's all I got to say. First women's chamber didn't disappoint. It wasn't too long. It didn't draw out. That did flow up pretty well. To me, I could have used a little bit more moments, I guess. The only real moments were falling off the cell, really. Until we started getting more into the eliminations, actually.
If Emp would have fell and hit somebody, it would have been better. But dying is also great.
Yeah, but just I'm pretty sure the whole entire structure shook. And that would have. I'm hoping that's the way I would have sold it. The whole entire. I probably would have did some kind of effect on the screen where to make the screen shake or some shit.
I wish. God damn it! You give me so many ideas. I fucked up.
That would have been great.
I love the Holly's the biggest woman in the match, but you guys.
No. Oh my god.
A giant.
The fact that she's the biggest woman in the match and no one was targeting her first thing really kind of got to me. That's where Dan came in. Is anyone trying to win? To me, the first person I will be trying to eliminate is Theo.
That is
get Theo, and then Ash. Get the two biggest threats out of the ring.
Basically, it's Holly Hunter, it's the champion, and it's Empress because Empress is biggest wide. Fucking Ashley's a champion, and fucking Holly's the biggest. Period. It's why the fuck aren't you they do that? They did that during the when we had the international 4-way once upon a time. They're fighting each other, and I'm like, yo, why aren't you focusing on the champ? I mean, good for the champ, but why aren't you you focus on the champ? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Focus the fucking champ. Focus. He's the person. If you get him out the paint, you have way more chances of succeeding. So why the fuck won't you get him out the paint? I don't get what some of these people think. I don't think
that's what Parker did to me.
I don't think they think about wrestling, or I don't know if they think. Period. For example, if I'm in a match, if I'm personally in a match with Salami, Jake, Nate Ortiz, and fucking who else? who else can I use? Jacob Trance. If I'm in a match with those 5 people, I am fighting hard as fuck to get rid of Nate first, then Trance, then Quartz, and me and Salami gonna fucking go blow for blow. Like, whoa, period. Like, what the fuck? Hey, Salami, let's get all these motherfuckers out first and me and you fight. Like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you using your fucking noodle? Think for a second. Use critical thinking. This is the problem the B-17 has, critical thinking. You focus on the biggest threat and nobody focused on the biggest threat. And oddly enough, who was left? The biggest threat and fucking Emp. Go figure. And you know what? Just by the grace of God, fucking Theo had no reversals left and Emp won. So, you know, it worked out.
It's the game's fault for not letting me throw Emp into the right corner.
Right?
Double choke point.
I know all you want to do was a double choke slam and you got fucked, but it is what it is. So whatever. Fuck, man. Jake, go ahead. You for your elaborate HR-based thoughts.
Yeah, so it was a great decision, first and foremost, by you to not allow your emotions to take hold and put either the World Championship match or the Loser Leaves Town match as the main event. Those were the 3 that were in contention all along, and I'm glad that you took the risk to put that as the main event, despite it's I'm not going to call it a bad build, but it was rushed. It was rushed. They did a great job for how little time they had to put it together, but the first ever women's chamber, it's got to be the main event, and they delivered in the match. I think the difference between this chamber and the one we had at Lucian last year is that last Lucian chamber played out in segments. The first segment was CQC fights, they're both out. The second segment was Rex dominating, and then he's out. And then the third segment was whole B-17's turn on Cass. This one was chaos throughout. Like, we could not keep up. Gooch was out first, which I'm fucking thrilled about because of what happened. but then because Morgan should have been in that spot. They're in the same stable. Morgan has been doing better, and even in kayfabe and out, Morgan should have been in that spot. But that's for another discussion. But aside from that, it was chaos throughout, and then you had finishers all over the place. La Mujer was just dominating everybody. We did talk about not attacking Holly. If you want to get meta and say, oh, it's Nate, we should get Nate. You know, I don't even think it's that. I think that's fucking Hurricane Holly Hunter. That is the most experienced. That is, like, you want to talk about kayfabe, go get her. She should not be clean with all 6 participants in the match.
I agree. Like,
yeah, but they didn't do that, and that's okay. It ended up working out. Empress finally climbs the mountain, and normally I would say somebody like Empress, who is a special attraction, you wouldn't want to put the title in her hands, but Empress is in a position where she is going to make the most of it. She's not going to take the title and be like a part-timer with the title. If she doesn't have the title, she can do what she wants. If she does have the title, she's going to make the most of it. I trust fully in what is going to come for that as we continue through Road to Glory into Resolution. I'm glad that you made this the main event because it was main event worthy. It was fucking awesome throughout. The package, I have to shout the package out first because I made 3 for this show. The intro, the Terror Valkyrie one, and the world title one. And none of them are as good as the one they made for this. It focused all 6 women, and I
really liked it.
It further goes to show that even with a little bit of time to build stuff, that you can make. Really
I don't know who are these people. They just showed you a package of all 6 of them. Who is this?
Exactly. Even as a casual viewer, you were just punched in the face by the impact of all 6 of these women, and I just loved it, top to.
So me being petty, before we finish closing out, me being petty, my only issue with the package was the cardinal rule for streaming is don't use Kanye, don't use Jay-Z, because these motherfuckers always. So once I saw that, I got really fucking angry. Like, I was like, why the fuck would you use Jay-Z? I mean, not Kanye West, and then I uploaded it and I was like, all right, well, it just got, it got a regular flag. So I was like, all right, I'm cool with the flag. So we'll see what happens on Twitch. I'm sure on Twitch it got muted, but I know on YouTube it's just like, they're like, hey, we're monetizing. I'm like, cool, that's fine with that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, whenever I see Kanye or Jay-Z use, I'm like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. It's gonna fucking ruin everything. It's gonna get muted or something. But yeah, no, man, I dug the match, and I'll be honest with you. There's multiple reasons why that the women's match ended the show rather. First things first. Obviously, it's a chamber match, so it's really difficult to put a chamber match and then go end the show with a one-on-one, despite of the gravity situation. The second bit, and here's me being ignorant and fucking simple, is just Empress celebrating. I was like, fuck, that has to end the show, man. Just a tiny little fucking pudgy lady just freaking the fuck out was amazing. I was like, this is the end of the show. This is what I want. She's literally the best animations you can. She's like, I was fucking I watched the celebration like maybe 3 times. I was fucking howling at how hilarious it was. Little tiny little pudgy lady just fucking going ape shit. Fucking, oh my god, son, it was great. I'm really happy. So I'm curious to see where this ends up. Hopefully it's not with M being hit up by a bunch of fucking losers. Like, hey, I noticed you won, man. I'd really like to work with you, man. I think it'd be really great if we worked together. No, fuck out of my face.
I think there he
What?
is. He's back.
Oh, what happened?
You like faded.
Oh, I
away
cut out. Oh,
into, like,
maybe I was messing with my fucking echo effect. But no, I was basically saying that I hope it doesn't wind up a bunch of fucking nobodies start hitting up Empress. Hey, you won. It'd be really great if we could
heard
work
that,
together.
But then you disappeared.
Oh, I don't know. I might be in
Yeah.
the shadow realm, son. I've been drinking too much. I'm fucking lit. So that's about it. So yes. Fuck you, Jake. In closing, that was a great match. If I had to do the show over again, there would be some omissions, and I would probably have 8 matches. We're not gonna talk about that because it doesn't even, doesn't need to be said. Feels like it might be negative, so I won't do that. But
I'll tell you before we sign off. I disagree. Keep the show as
of
is.
course you do. Fucking. That's why everybody loves you. Like, oh, Jay's mean. Yeah, no. In the future, I'll probably keep it just 8 matches, just for brevity's sake. Unless, of course, the people that are putting these extra matches keep it quick. If they do, it's fine. Like, again, if that fucking stupid Extreme Rules match would have been,
Hey, you gotta let it go. It's done.
I can't. I'm hateful.
We're about to be done.
Okay.
You gotta leave it like pure love.
See, you see how staff.
Leave it. Let it die.
You see how staff
You
stops me.
you already beat the horse like he beat you down.
Do you see how staff stops me? This is what staff does to me. They stop me all the time. They protect me. They protect you from me. That's what they do. They protect you from me. I mean, wait, no, they protect me from whatever. You get the idea. You get the point. God damn it.
Both work.
Both of them fuckers. Anyway, so what?
Jay, I have the winners of the.
Oh
predictions.
yes, do your announcement.
First
Go
and
ahead.
foremost, how about this? So Chill Factor 2021, our winner of the predictions bracket was Chris Green, and because of that, because I'm not going to give a prize for every pay-per-view because we do basically one a month. I'll do one every Big Four. This is a Big Four, so Chris Green got a bonus here. He could have had bonus points to win this one. He didn't submit a fucking pick, so his win at Chill Factor now means nothing. That being said, we had 2 winners for this particular pay-per-view, and both of them will receive prizes. Same thing happened at Anniversary. We had T.Y. Sparks and Doc win prizes. So I'm going to ask the wonderful rookie Colin Locke and his good black friend Trey Golden to send me their email addresses so that I can hook you up with some prizes. Both of you had 15 points apiece. Congratulations on your prediction ability. And I will hook you up as soon as I get your email addresses.
Fuck you mean my good black friend, bro? Jesus
You know
Christ,
what I mean.
son. See what happened? See what happened when fucking white people drink? Anyway,
Please. Coming from you, like I don't want to hear about anything about holding your liquor from you.
that's true.
Whoa, we don't want to get canceled, guys.
Yeah, don't get canceled on
All
Twitch.
right, all right.
So hold on. Before we get canceled,
Don't blame it on your blood sugars. Don't blame it on your blood sugars.
Okay, so before we go, we'll just take questions for like 2 minutes, and we're gone. So any questions? Yeah, I got like 2 minutes to give us any questions, and we could like wrap it up. So if you got any questions, let us know right now. We'll answer your questions, and we'll keep it moving, and we'll leave. If not, we're peacing out. So one last contest, some questions, and we're done. Will you stop drinking one day? All right. First of all, Russ, fuck you. Second of all, I drink because I'm sad, and I have to make up for lost time. So that's why I'm drinking. So kiss my ass. That's
And
that.
if you're asking me, absolutely
Oh,
not.
if you're asking him, he ain't never gonna stop. But me, you know what I don't like? Emp is like secretly kind of like suspect because she be saying dumb shit sometimes. And I'm like, why would you say something like that? Like she's like, oh, Jay's always drunk. I'm like, I'm not always drunk. I just started literally drinking like maybe 2 weeks ago. But the idea that I'm always drunk is like that's unfair and that's not proper. So I don't appreciate that. Anyway,
It's
so
like
yeah.
saying I'm always high. And
Yeah,
that's
you're not
even
always
true.
high. I'm not always drunk. I just started doing, I just
What it
started
is.
drinking my my wine recently, and she gonna come out like I'm always drunk. I'm not always drunk. I speak English, motherfucker. Anyway, whatever. Okay, what's the prize for the mystery triple threat between? Oh, it's a shot at the international championship, but I don't know if I should give it to you because of leg bullshit. So I'll think about it. That's what it was. It was international pride. I think it was international pride. I can't remember. It was one of those. Oh, man, it's not complaining, but I got. All right, we'll leave. Bye, Jake. And Jake peaced out. He gotta go be with his wife. Fuck out of here. Do you think a G2 course is a moron? I do not think he's a moron. Fuck, where's the crying
What kind of
emoji?
questions are these?
I don't know. If I knew that, I would have won. Well, too bad you didn't win. Jake left. What's up? I had to switch my mice because my mouse got corrupted during the fucking doing the shows. So I'm using some weird mouse and it's weird. I was just a joke about alcohol, Jay. I mean, you feel like it's a joke, but it hurts me emotionally. Franchise is the best. Any questions? Who should course fight next? Oh, God damn it, Nate. Why would you do that? I read it like it was someone else. I read Theaters to Grace. Who's Theaters to Grace? God damn it. I don't know, man. We'll see. I can't answer that question. Amp asked, what would you guys rate the show out of 10? Out of 10, I give it a 7.5. And that's what, who said that? That's what Colin Locke said. I give it a 7.5. Maybe an 8, not sure. I mean, you say you're sorry, but I don't think you are. If we have another season on 2, yeah, all right. If you give it an 8, I'll give it an 8. Fuck it. We have some slow starters. If you have another season to 2K19, would you be up for giving people gimmicks and have people wouldn't accept gimmicks? They wouldn't accept it. They'd be annoyed by it, so I'm not gonna do it. Is Cobra being froze out? Nope. Cobra's actually has a match next week, so fuck you. Do your match. Can't be an 8. First match was a 3.5. First match was a fucking 2.5. Do you think we should retire the CCW title? Absolutely not, because then we're only gonna have one title and it'll be stuck in one realm or another. So no, that's a dumb idea. Cave laughing. Last question. Now the 10 points from the stat pay. I don't know if that's not even a question. How many more suplexes you want to see Evelyn Parker hit? A solid 15 would be great. Adam telling Russ to go fuck himself. I think we're about done when you stop ducking me from AC Cobra.
Oh my goodness. Do you really want those problems, Cobra? Really?
The only way Cobra has a shot is if it's a fucking no DQ match. If it's a stip, then Adam's screwed. But if it's a one-on-one match, Cobra will die. Matter of fact, we could do that on Riot. Can't he wants to be booked? We could do it on Riot.
Who?
Cobra versus B17. We could do that.
B17.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
He wants to catch up on bookings. We can catch him up. Why not?
Doesn't he have a match coming up this week?
It does. So we can give him a second match on
Does
Riot.
No, he needs to get past his first opponent. Then we'll see.
Jesus Christ. What's next for Nate?
I
don't know.
What he does against last black.
What's next for Nate? Nate, what they asking you? What's next for Nate?
What's next for Nate?
What's next for Nate?
Oh.
Kent, what's my goal?
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
You know it.
We're done. We're done now. We're done now.
Number 9.
We're done. Can we get, I'm about to leave.
We're done. No, we're done.
I got other shit to do.
No, we're done. We're done.
Smoke once and cry.
Yeah.
You're going for number 9.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Stop
get
threatening me.
I'm gonna get some tequila now. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate y'all listening. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Most of you have, so it's all good. If you're not a patron, be a patron because fuck it, why not? Thank you so much for listening, for sticking with us for the last almost 2 hours. We appreciate it. Now we're all gonna relax until next week because it's time to go. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Peace out.